Hello. If you're getting this message, you're enrolled in the EDP 310 Gender Development class for our Spring Session B 2019. My name is Dr. Jill Wendt, and I wanted to provide a brief announcement via screencast for you today just to acclimate you and to see and provide some resources, particularly related to APA. So first, your view might look a little bit different than mine, but this is our course page in Canvas. You were to start here, and that looks at obviously an overview of the major assignments and how to navigate the course in Canvas and go through some plagiarism activities. Once you did that, you could open lesson 1, which you all just completed on Sunday, and that's the syllabus and understanding gender. So there was an overview. Each week there's an overview of learning materials that should be pretty consistent. It tells you the objectives for the week and any assignments. And then again, all of our assignments, with the exception of the last one, the signature assignment, will be due on Sunday by 11:59 p.m. Arizona time. So if you look at the objectives, you can go in and say, okay, these are the readings. For week 1, it was the syllabus and schedule. And then there were 2 videos for you to watch in week 1. There was a presentation on the transformative learning process, and that is it for week 1. You had a signature assignment milestone. There were some questions about that. It was really just a statement saying that you read the signature assignment guidelines. Some people, I think, indicated also their ideas of gender identity, which is awesome. And then the rubric is there. If you go back to assignments, the second assignment in lesson 1, there's a couple of ways you can navigate in Canvas, and I'm also learning how to do that, is the video reflection. And since this is completed, one of the things I wanted to focus on, because you will have a written portion from here on out, is making sure that you understand APA format. Okay, so there is, if you will look at, if I just do Google and I type in Purdue OWL APA, there is a great website that helps you if you're new to APA or if you need just more information. So in the Purdue OWL, it talks about like the general format of an APA paper. If you've got specific questions on how to do like an in-text citation, references, any of those type of things, this is great. But I always like to go down here to the APA sample paper, and you can either view it here or you can download it. And so when you do a written paper in APA, particularly for this course as well, you want to have a cover page. This is only for the written assignments. It's not necessary for the signature assignment milestones that you do each week. That can just be an update. So you want to have running head. Notice the H is not capitalized yet. The title is. It's left aligned, and then a page number starts on the cover page. The title, your name, and then Arizona State University. And what I like about this particular thing, it looks busy. It talks about all the parameters about the running head, and after that, the running head and title can't exceed 50 characters. So this should not exceed 50 characters, including punctuation and spaces. So this is a really nice tool to bookmark. You don't need an author's note, and there's some things in this paper that you're not going to need, as well as an abstract. Those are usually for longer publications or papers, and so we wouldn't need that for this. So this is another nice way to format APA paper. It is double spaced, and you indent paragraphs. I like the use of headings. Headings help organize the paper. You can do that as a part of the rubric for the assignment. We do want the papers to flow. We don't want them to be if there's 3 questions, it's a 1, 2, 3, and you answer them. So I hope this is helpful to you. APA style, if you go to the original page and you go to formatting, again, you could say, okay, here's what the general format is like, and then you can read more in depth about any specific thing that you have. So for, let's say, for the lesson one, you looked at videos. Well, you need to know how to properly cite those within an in-text citation, and that's giving the authors or the publisher of video the proper credit. And so it talks about that and ways that you can do that. And it also depends on how many authors or publications. So this is really good information to know. Additionally, you want to know about references. So in APA, we don't call them sources or citations. On the reference page, we call them references. And so it talks about how you cite that online. So I wanted to make sure that you all knew that going into lesson 2, so that you had some tools in your tool belt regarding APA in case you have not used it. The final thing I'll say is I moved lesson assignment, signature assignment, a copy of it in lesson 2. Some of you had difficulty navigating it and finding it, so I did put it in lesson 2 just so everyone can see it. So you can click on there and you can view the rubric. Again, each week you're going to be talking about it and updating us on the milestones that you have done so far, and each week's milestone is different. So the first week it was acknowledging that you understand and read it. Week 2, you're going to click in here and it's going to say you're going to submit a statement about your progress towards the gender autobiography, include ideas and steps that you've accomplished thus far once you plan to include. And I would ask that you be specific. Something like, I'm working on it, I know what's expected, and that's it, is not as helpful as I began to think about my gender autobiography. I'm thinking about pictures or text that I would like to use. And so far, I have started to write down ideas about what I want to include. It's a little bit more thorough response. It is worth 10 points. Again, this particular part does not have to be set up in APA. So if you go to Module 2, which you all are in this week, that is a little bit out of place. I put it very at the top in case people needed to find it. You'll have your overview of learning materials. You'll see that this time we're really focusing on gender terminology and the difference between gender and sex. We have some readings to do. There's a website and some gender terms document, and then we have a video for this week. And then your assignment this week is the BEM sex role inventory. And that's something you want to prepare for because you're going to be giving it not only to yourself, but to someone else as well. So that takes a little bit of time on your part. And then you're going to write a paper, again, addressing 3 of these prompts. And please do it in AP format, not a paper that just says 1, 2, 3. Because writing at this level should be high level writing, and there is the Writing Center and lots of things that can help you. Always, if you have questions about your assignment, you can email your specific facilitator of this course. It'll either be myself, Robert Walker, or Martha Vitton. And if you go into the virtual office, there's where you can post questions. Or if you go into the student community, this one's not necessarily monitored as much by the instructors. So if you have a direct question, please, I would encourage you to email your grading facilitator specifically or post it in the virtual office. And I think that's it. We're very excited to have you as part of this class, and we hope that you engage thoroughly. The 7 weeks will go by pretty fast, so if anything we can do to help facilitate that in a way that's meaningful and effective for you would be fantastic. Again, my name is Dr. Jill Wendt. Our instructional team is very thrilled. I'm thrilled to be working with these folks. They have been with me for a while, so if you go to the welcome and meet your instructional team, there's a little bit of information about the 3 of us. Okay? So have a fantastic week. Don't forget, the best way to reach us is to directly email us, particularly if it's something regarding your grade or a grading assignment. And we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.